Hey guys, welcome back to the More Family channel. First and foremost, thank you so much for the likes and subscribes and the views on the last videos. I was very surprised when I saw that a few of you used my Tesla referral code when you bought your Teslas. Thank you very much for that. That was a nice surprise. Today, we're gonna get into the pros and cons for the 2021 Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus after about 3 weeks to a month of ownership. Let's get into it. Pro number one definitely has to be the design. Everyone knows the Tesla design is very sleek, very minimal, very cool. These cars, when they first came out, looked very futuristic, and honestly, they still kind of give that vibe. I mean, I love how my car looks. The white interior, my kids call it a spaceship, right? They see the glass roof, this white inside is very bright. It almost looks hospital-like how clean it is. It's weird, but the design's very cool, very sleek headlights, LED. The Tesla is very nice, cut clean. I just love the design. I think that's one of the major things that attracts anyone to Tesla is, man, look at that design, look at that roof, look at the sleekness of it. So I have to put that as the number one pro of this car because it probably is. The next pro I have, number two, is Tesla Autopilot. We know it's not perfect, but I do like how I'm able to get on the highway. If I'm just not feeling like using my own energy to do something, I double click it down and I can just go for the ride as long as I'm holding the steering wheel. There are some things out there where people put arm weights and things like that on the steering wheel. I don't suggest it because the point is to keep you safe. You have to be alert. You never know what happens because, like, again, the Tesla's like a computer. If someone comes right into your lane, I'm not saying 100% of the time it's gonna swerve and Autopilot will catch it, especially with the 2021 standard range models or all models because they are camera and vision only. The radar is gone on them. So I feel like I wish I had the radar. I feel like it gave it more with the camera and the radar to detect things, but with just the camera, it's serving me fine. However, I would say definitely stay alert and know what's happening on the road when you're using that Autopilot. But the customization of it is cool. You can set the speed limit 15 miles over 10 or to percentages. You could just play with that and see what you like, but it's a very good thing to have. It's a little better than just, you know, adaptive cruise control in another car, in my opinion. Yeah, so I definitely give that a second top pro. It's my number two pro for the Tesla. My number three pro for this car is the driver profiles. I like how when you first get into the car, it has an easy access profile, or easy entry profile. You step in, it kind of gives you space to get in easily, kind of raises the seat, I believe, lowers, scoots it back so you can just hop in and you have leg room. I love that. But as you tweak the car, move it forward, put the steering wheel up, windows, things like that, press the easy save button under the profile. Mine is Lenny. You get in there, set to your driving profile. If you feel a little different that day, I know I do some days, I tweak it a lot. You just tweak it, press save, boom, you're good to go. The good thing is you can also add other people. My wife wants to hop in and drive my car. She can have the same driver profile set to her, and when it detects her phone coming to the car, it automatically sets it up to where she gets in the car, it's in the Olivia profile. I think that's super cool and definitely a good pro for a Tesla. My number four pro for the 2021 Tesla Model 3 is the maintenance and gas elimination. Now, obviously, you will have maintenance on the car, especially if you do something to it to hurt it, but just upkeep, man. You don't have it. The oil changes are non-existent. It's a battery car. With the regenerative braking, you use your brake pads way less. I'm talking one pedal driving. I rarely ever touch my brake pads unless something happens that's super urgent. Other than that, I'm just letting off the gas. My car's automatically slowing, putting back that energy to my battery, and I love it. That's one of the absolute things I love the most about it is the regenerative braking. So yeah, you miss out on the brake pad changes. You don't have to do it nearly as much. Oil changes, gas, I don't have to get it. Superchargers, access those, go charge up, which are fairly cheap. A full charge may be $7, $8 depending on when and where. And if you have a home charger like I will soon when my house is done being built, I'll pretty much have a full charge every day waking up. And I've heard that it minimally increases your electricity bill, 15, 20 bucks, who knows. But I definitely notice a big difference between gas cars and my maintenance upkeep, belts, transmission, stuff like that. You don't have to do it. I walked in AutoZone to grab a couple things. I looked around, nothing applied to me. It was hilarious. Like anything that was there, fuel injector fluid, none of that stuff applied. I thought that was really cool. That's definitely a number 4 pro to the Tesla. Number 5 pro for the 2021 Tesla Model 3 standard range is the home charging capability. I am having a home built. It is done in around November, and I will be having a home charging unit installed. And it's going to save me a lot of time going to superchargers and a lot of mileage and money. You can't really do that with gas cars. You can't get a gas station installed in your house. Or you could maybe if you were super rich, but it would be extremely hard, right? I wake up, I have it charged. My wife's Model Y comes soon. She'll wake up, she can have hers charged. I think that's super cool. Every day you leave the house, it's basically a full tank or a full charge. And you don't have to worry about stopping by on cold days to the gas station and getting out in the snow and the rain, things like that. Charging your garage and go. If you have a Tesla and you have a home and you don't have a home charging unit, I think you're not doing it right, man. You're wasting time going to the superchargers, and you could be saving way more money. Put that initial down payment to get it installed by a licensed electrician and save way more money over time. One thing about the Teslas that I will say is true is on the website, it gives you the purchase price and the potential savings prices for these cars. You really do get the savings. You really do get the savings out of these cars. As I can tell so far, obviously I have a long time to go, but I can tell already that I am saving. Okay, now I have to talk about the cons because we love to think that the Teslas are all great, no issues with them at all, but it's not true, okay? Especially with a car like this because it's very much like a PC. You know, it has glitches, it has reboot issues. I've had to reboot the car before already. However, I haven't had much build quality issues, so pro for Tesla for fixing that because that was the big thing I was worried about upon receiving the car. The car seems fine, the quality's great, I don't know, I don't have that complaint. My first con to this car though is the range. I definitely would say if you have the budget, go for the long range or even the performance. The performance has about 315 miles to the charge. The long range has about 345 to the charge. I just don't think the standard range has enough mileage to the charge. Now, if you're doing short trips and it doesn't really matter, you're inner city driving or your job is 5 miles away, cool, standard range, you'll drive around, you'll have no issues, you'll charge up, call it a day, especially if you have a home charger, call it a day. But for me, I have about a 80-mile commute to work. I'm able to get to work and fine. It'll get better when I get the home charging station, I'm aware, but I still just don't like seeing it go so far. You know, coming from gas cars that have 380, 450 miles to the tank. I mean, you could drive to work and back and, you know, you left on 90%, you may get home at 35%, and it's just such a huge drop. You really have to charge every day with the standard range with a commute like that. And if you don't have a home charging unit, trying to find superchargers all the time to charge, and you got to charge before night because you know you got that trip in the morning, you're tired, you got to wake up, find a supercharger, go charge. It can get very annoying. Definitely, even if you have a shorter commute, I'd still go for the long range if it's in your budget because it'll make life easier if you have a road trip or you just want to drive around, right? Your commute to work may be short, but what if you want to just drive around one day and go to stores and you don't want to have to charge in the middle of that? You want to do that, be out, enjoy yourself. Definitely go for the long range and the performance, and hey, it comes with better premium sound, more horsepower. Even though the standard range is fast, man, and acceleration is absolutely quick. That should have been on the pros list. I mean, as soon as you touch the pedal, you're out. I love it. Second con that I have that I miss, it may not be a con for everybody, but for me, I miss that engine sound, right? That's what we get into for the cars, especially us guys. We want to hear that engine roaring. We want to hear it flying down the street. The Teslas are so fast, but there's no sound. They're so quiet. For some people, that could be a pro, I understand. But for me, I miss that sound. I miss the rev. I miss when you press that gas pedal, you hear the engine roaring. You don't really get that in the Tesla. It's very quiet. It's quick. You'll pass people. You'll fly in front of people if you want to. But it's absolutely quiet. I don't know, I just missed that engine sound for me. So that's a con for me, personally. Third con for me is the passenger AC. I don't know how to turn that stuff off. You turn it on, it seems like it turns off whenever it wants. At first I thought it may be like weight detection, and if it detected somebody in the passenger seat, it would keep that AC side on. But it'll just be me in the car sometimes and it's still going on that side. You can't turn it off. I don't know how to turn it off. If you know, please tell me in the comments, because I'm tired of having air blowing on that side and no one's on that side. And it's a waste of energy, battery power, and a standard range plus. You want to save your battery power whatever way you can. So I don't want that extra stuff going on while it's just me in the car. Also, backseat passengers have no buttons or anything to press their air. You have to do it in the front, and if you're chilling up front, you could forget to turn in your passenger or rear seat AC. Also with the AC, my wife says when I hop out the car, let's say I'm washing it or I'm running an errand, I take my phone with me, which is the key, the car will shut off. So I don't know if it doesn't have a good way of detecting someone's here and staying on, but it'll shut off and she's hot in the car, and that's no good. Okay, so my fourth con for this car would have to be, it's very PC-ish. It's like a PC, right? There's just small glitches that happen, just like on your computer when you get to this car. Sometimes you walk to it with your phone, doesn't open, doesn't connect to the Bluetooth right away. You're pulling on the handle, 10, 15 seconds. You get in, the display may not come on right away, or the AC doesn't start right away. It's very much like a computer. It's not like a car. You turn that engine, everything's going, or your push to start goes right away. Sometimes things just lag. You have input delay. For all my gamers out there, we hate input delay. You have input delay in this car. Randomly, it happens sometimes, but overall, I really would say the good outweighs the bad, but it's annoying to have these issues with a $45,000, $50,000, $60,000 car. It's like a PC. It's kind of annoying. I think it's a con, but other people, it may just be something to get over and then they go about their day. I don't like it. My fifth and final con for the 2021 Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus. Really, this isn't specific to this car. This is kind of to, honestly, the people who have the long range and the performance, right? I don't like that the interior is the same for all of us. I think if you pay more for the long range or the performance, you should get something in there that kind of signifies that, a difference. I don't know, something that looks more quality, a different design, something in there. You really don't get anything. On the outside, you may get the turbine wheels or a different badge, but inside, besides the performance, the horsepower and the torque, it looks the exact same. That's a good thing for people like me with the Standard Range Plus, because my car looks just like my performance person's counterpart who paid $15,000 more than me. But for them, it's like, dang, Tesla, give me something. You know, I paid all this much money. I kind of want to distinguish it a little bit, right? Yeah, so I just feel like Tesla could have did a better job at giving their higher profile cars, if you will, more look, a distinguish to them. The owners could feel better about paying that much money other than just the performance. But the performance is good. So yeah, I'm wrapping it up. That's my top 5 pros, my top 5 cons of the Tesla brand in general, but more specifically the 2021 Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus that I do have right now. If you could think of anything else that's a pro or a con, please share it in the comments. I would like to read it and just see what's on your guys' mind. Like always, thank you for coming to the channel, watching this video. I hope it helped. Hey guys, and if you're binge watching Tesla videos like I was, waiting on your delivery day, Please go check out my delivery day video. It's raw and uncut. It'll really help you when that day comes. Thanks for checking out this video though. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't, hit that notification if you are subscribed for more videos and the content that's coming. Please use the referral code. It'll give you 1,000 miles. It'll give me 1,000 miles of supercharging. Yeah, so it's a win-win. But that's the end of this video. Hope you guys found it useful, and thanks. See you guys later.